Question 4. So what do we know? We know that these add up to 1. So let's just go with it. So probably the easiest thing to do is to get them all with a common denominator. So if we just get a common denominator of 600 and just do those, so we know that they all add up to 1. Okay, so 20 and then plus 15 and plus 12, we know that it all equals 1. Remember, everything there is over 600. So if we add that lot together, we get 137k over 600 equals 1, and that gives us that bit over there, right? We can just rearrange it. Okay, just need to get that point that they all add up to 1, and then just work it through. Make sure you get the right answer there. Okay, so part B. So what have we got? So we got D1, D2 independent. We're sharing this distribution here, same. So we need to think about how can we get a score of 80 if we add the two things together. So when does that happen? So 10 add 70. Well, 70 is not there, is it? 20 add 60, so that's not there. Ah, wait a minute. So we could have 30 and then 50. We could get 40 and then 40 again. Or we could get 50 and 30. Right, so now I just need to think about, so how do I get those things? Well, to get 30 and 50, so that'd be k over 30 multiplied by k over 50, and then we're going to add this possibility here, so that's k over 40 times k over 40, and then we've also got this one over here, and it's the same as this really, isn't it? Okay, over 50 times k over 30. Remember, we've just worked out what k is up here, so we're going to use that in a minute. And if we just go in, if we multiply these through, what do we end up with? We get k squared over 1500 plus k squared over 1600. Going to get 2 of those, aren't we? I'm just going to put 2 there. Okay, now at this stage I'm just going to substitute in what k is. I can do it all on my calculator, and if I go and do that, you end up getting an answer there of 0.0376. Right, all I got to do is just take that and pop it in there. All right, I can just do that on one line on my calculator. Okay, right, now the last part in this question, I have to be honest, it puzzled me for a second. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? It just took me a moment to get my head around what it was actually asking us to do. And actually, to be honest, I just started playing with some numbers to start off with and just thinking about what's happening. So it's telling me about a quadrilateral. So a quadrilateral we know has got 360 degrees. So if we were to call the first term in the sequence A, and then the next term in the sequence is A plus whatever the difference is going to be. And then we've got A plus and then 2 differences. And then the fourth one would be A plus 3 differences. And we know we want that lot to be 360 degrees. So what have we got here? We've got 4A plus 60s, and I want that to be 360. Let's just half everything. 2A plus 3D equals 180. Right. So what we need to think about is which of these is possible. Now remember, we want that A value to be more than 50. So let's just imagine D to be equal to 10. Right, and see what happens. So that will give me 2A plus 30 equals 180. So take away 2, that would give us 2A equals 150, A equals 75. So that's okay. Right, that satisfies our condition. So now let's think about what about if D is 20? Right, does that satisfy the condition? So what's that going to give us? 2a plus 40. 60. What am I doing? 60 equals 180. So take away the 60 from both sides. So 2a equals 120. So a equals 60. So that works as well. Right? That's above 50. So now let's try D is 30 and see what happens. So we get 2a plus 3 lots of 30. So that's 90 equals 180. So 2a equals 90. A equals 45. Oh, wait a minute. That's below 50, isn't it? So we're not interested in that one. Now, if you try 40 and 50, they're going to work. They're going to be just like this one here. Okay, so it's not going to work. And 50's not going to work. So the answer to our question is actually the probability of getting D is equal to 10 plus the probability of D equal to 20. All right, we just need to add those two together. All right, so that's all it is. It was just kind of making sense of, it's just a weird way of asking a question, to be honest with you. So the first one, so getting D is 10, so that's k over 10, and then k over 20, that's equal to 3k over 20. Just sub back in that k value. All right, again, just use your calculator for it. That's absolutely fine, and that'll give you 90 over 137.